If it makes you money or brings us happiness, you'll find it right here. This is The Purple Tie Show. Well, welcome to the Purple Tie Guys podcast. I'm Robert Martin.
I'm Blake Singleton.
Man, so it hurts my heart to talk about today's topic. It was a search engine land article. And I kind of want to get your input on it because you're like, all up in the Google stuff. Like you're hardcore Google at times.
I am a Google goggle.
So, Google is going to start displaying ads in other businesses' profiles.
I have mixed feelings about Google. They took away my favorite app that they ever made, Inbox.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. You bellyached about that forever. And now it's got ads in it. You're all mad.
They took away Inbox, and they made me go back to Gmail, and now there's ads in Gmail. And I'm just, man, Google, come on. Now,
well, I understand. They're making money on their advertising. That's the only way they make money. Now, we've talked about this in the past. Free is only free to a certain extent, right?
Oh, you're always paying for it in some way.
Your privacy, your information,
your time, just being in front of your eyeballs.
So, this frustrates me because this means, so if you go in and you look up a marketing company, let's just say you looked up another local marketing company here in Alabama is Red Sage. They're in the same city as we are.
Right.
So, and the actual article doesn't break out as well as I think it should. Like, can I buy to put an ad in? And it's not like just a little ad either. It's very prominent. Like, it's almost confusing.
Whenever I was trying to find the article, just Googling, I came across a support request from February of this year where someone was asking if they could remove an ad from their Google My Business listing. I don't know how I feel about this. They took a screenshot. They're a massage place, right? Mm-hmm. The ad is for their massage place for their Groupon listing.
Oh, man. So that means, with Groupon, not only do you have to reduce your services, but you also have to give Groupon half of it.
If they go through that listing.
But if they've Googled you and they found you directly, you shouldn't have to pay that. But then they find the Groupon list and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to save some money.
It's right there in front of them. What are they going to do? Are they going to call you directly? Or are they going to say, hey, I saw your Groupon thing. Can I get that price instead?
So let's go back to the Red Sage marketing thing. What happens when I, contact my ads guy, at Google, because we have our own account rep.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, Michael. His name's not Michael, but for this podcast, he is Michael. So I'm like, yo, Michael, what's up? Hey, listen, I got this thing and I want an ad on this business listing. And I just want to leave it there. No matter what it costs, just do it.
I don't think that it's that granular. I don't think you can pick the business listing that it goes to.
Man, I sure wish you could, though. Could you imagine?
Well, so going back to the massage parlor, right? It's obvious that the person that's running this massage parlor has purchased an ad, or maybe they haven't. Maybe Groupon purchased the ad for them.
So is it a massage parlor or a massage parlor?
It looked like a legitimate business. I didn't go too far into it. It was just a support request into Google. I don't know about happy endings or anything like that. So
But I feel like I'm torn on this. So does that mean that, if I go looking for, the local Best Buy and, Office Max pops up, or I go to Office Max and Best Buy pops up, like how long, and, those are big players,
I don't know if
little
this
players.
I don't know if this just feels more insidious because it's your Google listing.
See, that's the thing.
Because when you search,
you don't own your Google listing.
You don't own anything on the internet, not really. But whenever you search in Google for, we'll do computer repair,
Okay.
Cater, Alabama, right?
Okay.
Fave Geek comes up.
Okay.
But a whole bunch of listings and ads comes up for other stuff too.
Well, oh yeah. So you're like, hey, computer repair Decatur, Alabama. Then you click the Fave Geek listing,
Right.
and then to the side of that is like, hey, other people like these too, and it's got like 3 other computer shops listed.
Yep.
So
how
I'm better
the only
with
reason,
that.
right? Because it's not your business listing.
This is prominently displayed. Like, it's got your
Right.
picture, the profile picture, and then it's got your telephone number, your website, directions, and then right under that is the ad.
Right.
And then under that is your actual business information, whether you're open or closed or whatever.
Special hours, pictures, blah, blah, blah.
It's just real.
So I just opened up I couldn't remember. I went to Yelp. And
Didn't Yelp get sued for this not too long ago?
They did. It was something very similar to this. So I went to Yelp to check and see if there is something similar. And, yep, sponsored at the bottom. You may also consider this. It's not relevant to the listing that I'm looking at, but it's there. But there's one right there at the very bottom that is people also viewed. And it's another...
Yes, but if you go... So what did you search on Yelp for? Can you tell the listeners what
Fave Geek. I just looked for Fave Geek.
Okay, so go into their... Okay, so you're in their listing. Mm-hmm. And then within their listing, at the bottom, there's some other recommendations.
Just beneath the services offered is you may also consider. And then there's about the business with location and hours. And then beneath that, beneath the reviews... is another you may also consider. And then at the very bottom, there's a thing that's like, people also viewed this.
Man, marketers ruin everything. We ruin everything.
We do. But just for some clarification.
I'm surprised they haven't blamed global warming on the marketers.
Well, if we could figure out a way to display ads in the global warming.
in the ecosphere.
In the ecosphere. Just to clarify what Yelp got sued for, they were doing something very similar to what Google's doing, displaying ads in other people's profiles based on the category that they were in. If it was electronic repair, other electronic repair people would be showing up in there. And you could pay a fee to have those ads removed. And they got sued for extortion.
So that begs the question, will Google at some point be like, you know what? You want that ad removed, you can pay us $5 a month for your listing and it'll be ad free.
I'll bet you they do something like a pro level My Business listing that doesn't have ads.
A paid My Business listing?
Yes. That's where I think this is going.
Well, now here's the thing. The phone book, let's go back to, the olden school days.
You always go back to the phone book.
Always go back to the phone book. In the phone book, you could have your white listing, your white pages listing, and it was free.
Right.
And then you got your free yellow pages listing. You could not control, like if it was your listing and there was an ad right under it for another, lawyer or dentist or doctor or whatever, you couldn't control that. But you could buy an ad of your own.
You sure could.
And so I'm thinking maybe that's Google's big play is like, hey, we can show your ad in your business. And I mean, that sounds crappy, but...
I'm reminded of I don't remember what business it was. There was a business with a billboard in the parking lot that was advertising for the exact same competition further down the road. And I'm wanting to say it was something like there was a seafood restaurant.
Oh, no. It's Ard's Seafood. And Red Lobster put theirs on, like, in Ard's parking lot. And I'm like, that's really crappy. So I contacted the billboard company. I was like, hey, you know that billboard that's in the other computer shop's parking lot? How much for that billboard?
Yep.
And they talked me out of it. They were like, well, you know, I mean, there's just so many other billboards in better locations. Wouldn't you want one of those instead?
Nope.
And I'm like, no, not really. Can I have that one?
It reminds me of a story of a little computer shop that just moved into town about 10 years ago now.
Oh, man. I know where this is going.
And the landlord was greedy and moved another computer shop in right next door. So, just for clarification, it was Fave Geek before it is what it is today. And then another computer shop. It was Fave
Geek when Fave Geek was poor.
Yeah.
And living in the slums.
It was. Man, that building was so bad.
It was. It had mold on the walls, and it was so horrible.
Would you like to tell the listening audience the brilliant idea you had to run the other computer company out of town? Because we shared a wall.
We did.
We were directly next door.
We almost shared a door.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. So we put up a big sign out front, you know, for virus removal for, you know, $65 or whatever it was at the time, which was cheap. And I was like, you know what? I wonder, I'm going to have one of my friends call and accidentally call the other computer shop instead of us.
Yep.
And be like, hey, I saw your banner out there. Because it's Alabama.
Yep.
And that's how they sound. So he calls up and he's like, hey, buddy, I saw your banner out there. And I saw the virus removal for $65. And he goes, well, that's not our banner. Virus removal is not really a thing, but format and reinstall is. And we would do all that for $50. And I was like, oh, you want to play those games? Okie dokie. And so that started the $1 virus removal at Fave Geek.
And that lasted until the other business.
It because that was 3 weeks. So that's all they could stand was 3 weeks.
The other computer business ended up moving out after 3 weeks. But the whole reason we could do that
I say
was
3 weeks.
Because,
it was probably a couple months.
It felt like 2 years. But the only reason we could do that was because we had other work that was supplementing that awful income.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was so bad.
But the whole reason I brought that up is because that's what this feels like. It feels like somebody
I
has...
can do one better. Watch me.
It feels like somebody's moved in right next door that does the exact same thing. That's what it feels like whenever they've got... And the what little bit I could read into it was they said that you could do ads based on categories. So it's not like you can say, okay, I want to be in Purple Tie Guy's business listing, and here is my advertising company to advertise there. You can't really do that.
Well, so I don't think you can get that granular, but knowing the way AdWords works, you could say, hey, whenever somebody searches for this keyword, Purple Tie Guys,
Yeah.
I want my ad to be displayed, and I'll pay $12 or whatever.
Yeah, if they can do that, I'm sure they would.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is new, right? So everything good in the world that Google
starts in
California and heads this way. So it's not
I don't remember where that
here.
I don't remember where that listing was, but
I think it was California.
No, I mean the one that I found. The one that I found whenever I was doing the research for the podcast.
Help me. Yeah.
So I don't know where that was, but the implications of this is not great in my opinion. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's another facet that Google controls where they can advertise.
Did you say implementation or implications?
Implications.
I think we need a word from our sponsor. Does your practice suffer from weak patient flow? Purple Tie Guys may be right for you. Purple Tie Guys is the most effective way to fill your waiting room with new patients. Clients usually see significant improvement in as little as 30 days.
Since I began working with Purple Tie Guys, my stream of new patients has never been stronger, and my waiting room is packed.
Side effects may include swelling of the waiting room, increased happiness, and a better bottom line. Serious, less common side effects include sports cars and Swiss bank accounts. If you experience patient flow that lasts more than 8 hours, hire additional staff and tell your marketing advisor immediately. Increase your patient flow with Purple Tie Guys. No contracts, just results. Okay, so they implicated this ad.
The implications of the placement of the ad are not great. I really feel like I get it. Google sees a place that they don't have an ad where they can put an ad. They control it. It's theirs. So,
well, here's the thing. They get like AdWords, right? Full-blown AdWords. They have, and we talked about this, or we're going to talk about this in the upcoming lecture in November. They have Google ads, display ads, in-network, out-of-network, what else? Video ads.
I don't remember.
There's like 12 different types of ads.
And a whole bunch of different
YouTube
accounts.
And all this other stuff. And then they've got 2 separate accounts. So that's like 24 different ways to get ads in there.
Well, Express doesn't give you the option to do anything specific, though.
Well, they get Express and Standard. So Standard, you get some, you can go with zip codes and stuff. Express is just spray and pray. You just throw it out there and hope somebody sees it. But I kind of feel like they want you to be confused so that you'll spend more money on ads. Because if you're confused, $1,000 seems like it doesn't go very far.
If you don't have the kind of control that you really should have over the product, it doesn't go as far as it should. I'm trying to think right now, what are the things that Google controls that doesn't have ads at this very moment? Image search, as far as I know, doesn't have ads. Or do they? Because I'm trying to think from memory. I don't have it pulled up in front of me.
I don't think...
And I don't think
image search does. Normal search, like if I just search for, a dentist in Decatur, Alabama, or a dentist in Birmingham, Alabama, or...
You get ads and stuff for that.
You get ads. You get, Invisalign ads. Oh, that's... So if you do Invisalign, oh my God, at the ads. There's like 4 above, 4 below, and like
4 in the middle, 4 on the side.
And you're just like, Invisalign! Same thing for... plastic surgery, like breast augmentation and stuff like that. Dude, there are so many ads. They are literally everywhere. And it's for, the big one here is like Lappert Plastic Surgery. I think that's the name of the company. They buy ads, and literally there'll be like 4 ads.
I'm sure it's the same for lawyers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. We don't play in that field, but I'm sure
personal injury lawyers and stuff like that,
or personal injury like chiropractors, like back crackers. I bet there's
anything like that. But the whole reason I bring that up is because Alabama's got the meme, Alexander Shannara.
Oh yeah, every billboard in town,
every billboard everywhere. Well, I'm really surprised that you don't see more online advertising for him.
I think he's kind of the old school, And I tell you, I went to his website to try to get pixeled, what we call pixeled in the industry, so that it would show me like his ads back whenever I went to Facebook or whatever. Dude, I can't find it. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it's not there.
So I don't know if he just doesn't advertise online or what, but that deviates from the other. Google is supposed to have 10 search results per page. So page 1 has 10 search results. 1 through 10. If you're in the 10th slot, you're on the first page. Man, I've seen pages with like 6 on the front page because there's so many ads.
I've never seen any that didn't have all 10 slots up there, but I have seen some that just seemed like they went on forever
Or
because
they
you
were
had
truncated or something.
well, they had the ads at the very top, then they had the info section that's up there now, then they had like a map listing, and then they had another section of ads, then they had the 10. Or they had 5 separated by ads. I mean, I don't remember what I searched for, but it seemed like that page went on forever. And God forbid,
Google guaranteed stuff to throw in.
Yeah.
And you got the map pack ads to throw in.
I remember what it was. I was looking up how to install a new faucet in the kitchen, and there were ads at the top for plumbers, Google guaranteed ads at the top, YouTube instructions on how to install it, an info section telling me how to install it, then another set of ads
to go buy it again.
then there's another set of ads, then there was the 10 listings, and then there were ads at the bottom as well. I mean, that thing just went on and on and on and on.
That's insane.
And trying to find anything on that page was just...
So you have a lot of people that are leaving, Google Chrome for other browsers. Safari has, if you're a Mac person, Safari's got to where they can't track you.
Well, Safari's on Windows now too.
So you've got a lot of people moving to Safari. You got a lot of people moving to, what was that, DuckDuckGo?
Yeah. Yep.
Mozilla, unless you're just desperate, nobody uses Firefox anymore.
Oh, lots of people use Firefox. Firefox is actually really, really, really fast now.
Really?
Yep.
They must have updated because they used to kind of suck.
It used to be awful. I used Opera for a number of months earlier this year because my Chrome browser just stopped displaying websites. Couldn't tell you what was wrong with it, but it just wouldn't work. So I went with Opera for a while, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's a different workflow. Everything's in different spots, but you can get around easily enough.
So we kind of deviated
the whole reason
from
you
the
said
ads.
That, the whole reason you brought it up was because Safari automatically blocks tracking pixels.
Right. So if I go to Home Depot or whatever, and then I come back, I'm not obliterated by Home Depot ads.
Yeah.
But what happens when, let's say I'm looking for a bariatric surgeon, and I look up, a local bariatric surgeon, here's Dr. Suggs. And I look up Dr. Suggs, and his office is closed. We talked about this earlier. And in the Google ad is an ad for one of his competitors, another bariatric or another surgery center or whatever.
Right.
What happens when the patient gets confused and calls the wrong place? Or they click the ad thinking that that's like another extension.
Hey, I saw your banner outside. Well, that's not really our banner.
But, we do the same thing.
But we do the same thing, and we do it for less money.
And, we blah, blah, blah. It just... God, it feels
there
sleazy.
Is something
it feels
it does
sleazy.
It feels really insidious, like they have some sort of ulterior motive.
I'm wondering if maybe they do it for they don't do it for stuff like doctors or pharmaceuticals or stuff like that. Like it's just plumbers, electricians, but services like.
I mean, whenever it comes down to it,
surgery is a service as well.
Right.
But God, it just seems so. God, it seems shady.
It does. It does seem shady, and I feel like it's the one-to-one. It's the one-on-one aspect of it, right? If I'm in a search listing with 10 other slots with a whole bunch of ads and a whole bunch of other crap on the screen, I don't feel like it's a personal attack against my company. But whenever you go to my company listing looking for my services...
Well, I mean, so if you type in Purple Tie Guys, we're the first result.
Right.
First thing, luckily it's our website. And then our business listing. But if I've earned your business and you have come to me by name, and then you put an ad in my listing
For somebody
for
else.
someone else,
Yeah.
I feel like, man, I don't even know
tell you
how
what it's
to-
like. I'll tell you what it's like. It's like if you have an office and you've got a customer that pulls up to the front of your office. Let's use Fave Geek again, right?
Okay.
Let's say that we've got a customer that pulls up to Fave Geek and there is some jackleg in a tent set up right outside the door, doing the exact same thing that Fave Geek does,
Well,
but
so-
cheaper.
Yeah, like
That's what it feels
so
like.
let's take bariatric. Let's take Dr. Suggs for instance. What if his competitor sent somebody, and as soon as they pulled up in front of his building, he's in downtown.
Yep.
He's got a few. I mean, there's like 5 parking spots in front of the building. So if you pull in one of those, you're probably going to his building. And before you ever get out of the car, some guy runs up and goes, "Hey, there's another option. Hey. Look,
Are you
there's
looking to
another
lose
option.
weight?
Yeah, are you looking to lose weight? Look
I've
at
got
this
these
flyer.
pills.
I got the. Remember when I forget where we were going, but we were coming down the belt line and pulled up into the turn lane, and this dude like runs up with this little orange flyer, and he's like, "Do you know somebody that's addicted to meth?" I'm like, no,
not personally. I don't think. No.
No. And he's like, "Take this flyer. We'll come pick them up for free." And I'm like, "Your sales pitch needs work."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure what you're selling here, but it needs work. So
That's sort of
It's the same idea.
the vision I'm getting in my brain. I pull up to some specific business that I've done work with before, and I want to go into this business, and then I'm bum rushed before I ever get to the door by somebody else trying to hawk their stuff on me instead.
So if you went to pulled up at a sushi restaurant and some dude was like, "Hey, yeah, right down the road there's a better sushi restaurant and they're running 10% off right now.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to eat here? Because
Yep.
there's another option."
There's lots of shady stuff that happens in the advertising world, and there's no good way to get around it. I mean, when Google inevitably makes the mistake of letting you upgrade to their Pro My Business listing to get rid of ads, and they get sued to oblivion for it.
Yeah.
Because Yelp ended up having to pay something like $1 million or something.
I didn't get any of that.
We didn't have any skin in the game.
Man, we should have had skin in the game. But I feel like that's where that's headed, because either they say there are no way to remove ads. I'm sorry, ads are just there.
Here's what they're going to do. Because Google's all about making money. First off, they'll remove the ads that are in there. You're going to buy the Pro listing. You're going to remove the ads. Secondly, they're going to move you to the top of the map listing. Doesn't matter if you're slightly outside the search radius area. Doesn't matter that you don't exactly meet the criteria. You're a Pro business listing. It's going to be just like any other type of advertising. Just like the Google guarantee. They're going to move you to the top because you paid money.
And then, they're going to move you to the top because you paid money and all this other stuff. What about the poor, not poor as in like no money, but poor as in, holy crap, that's just one more thing they got to put up with. What about, the poor doctors that are just like, "Dude, I don't have time to screw with this, but I can't have this dude in my listing."
Gonna have to hire somebody to take care of it for you.
But it's one more thing. See,
it's always more. That's business. Business is one more thing.
But I am a huge advocate for, and that's one of the things that we try to do for our clients is we are the entire marketing team. You got a question about email marketing? Cool, we'll work on that. You got a question about Facebook marketing? Cool, we work on that. But a lot of these marketing companies that's out there are just, I don't want to say one-trick ponies. Like, a lot of them understand other things, but everything's a separate charge.
I feel like we're unique in the respect that we can do more than one type of advertising. I feel like you get you get a lot of single use advertisers. I do Facebook ads. I do Google ads.
I do SEO. I do Facebook. I do Google. I do Yelp. I do,
and we try to help steer the clients that we have in a better direction than just, okay, well, I've got to get an Instagram guy now. I've got to get a Twitter guy. I've got to get a Facebook guy.
So there's so many. We went through this. There's like a bajillion social platforms. There is no way under the face of the sun that a doctor or an office manager, or I mean, even if they had an IT guy and they were like, hey, you need to be in charge of all of our stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to be like,
I'm not going to be in front of you.
I can't do that. There's like 18,000 of them.
So I was just running over this in my head. The only place that you can go online to a specific profile, because that's what our business listing is. It's a profile for Google. Google used to have Google Plus. It's no more. This is all that's left of the Google Plus.
Oh, man.
You can't go to any other social network or any other listing, as far as I know, and have ads in there. You don't see them on Facebook. If you go to the Facebook page for Purple Tie Guys, there's no ads in there.
Oh yeah. Oh.
If you go
God,
to the,
don't say that. Don't say that. Zuckerberg will listen and be like, "Oh my God, I can sell ads in your thing." Don't tell the Zuck. Don't.
But if you go to the Twitter feed for a specific page, they don't have ads in there. But if you go to the main feed, there's promoted tweets. Right.
So, God, how would you? Because Facebook is free too.
Facebook's free, Twitter's free, Instagram's free.
So you go to, Dr. Smith's Facebook page, and here's an ad for, Dr. Kevorkian on.
Kevorkian, really? Why don't we rein that back in?
Why don't you? You can't trust. You can't.
I can't take you anywhere.
But
man,
so what if there could be other
kids?
Dr.
Ask your parents who Kevorkian is.
It's been a long time. People have forgotten. So, but if you go to like Dr. Smith's page and Dr.
Dr. John Doe's page,
John has an ad in it. It's like, and they're in the same city. See, that would suck. It's like, hey, you need an urgent care clinic in Decatur, Alabama? Well, look at this other urgent care clinic in Decatur, Alabama.
Yeah, I feel like, weight loss surgery, the example that we've been using is a bit too specific, but you get something that's a little broader, like general practice or family medicine or dentistry or
pop-up weight loss clinics. Those are big. We're in Alabama. We're in the fattest state in the United States.
Second fattest. Thank you, Mississippi.
As long as Mississippi exists, we will never be the last.
The last or the fattest.
But there's tons of weight loss. You're going to hell for that one.
Thank God this isn't a video podcast.
But I feel like, there's so many of these little pop-up weight loss clinics. You've got Gill Family that does weight loss. You've got that Time to Lose Weight clinic that's down from the office.
There's pop-up everythings. I don't know how often I see the yard signs plastered all over the place for the Geek on the Go or whatever it's called.
Geek on Site.
Geek on Site, that's what it is.
And they're not even here.
No, they're not. They're not even in this city.
They just hire like little nerds to run around and try to fix stuff. And then if you have a problem, you can't get it fixed.
Then there's the iPhone repair, the cell phone repair thing that just hires out people locally.
You got that, and then you've got
There's so much. I don't want to get into all of that. I'm just saying you've got these issues that need to be addressed and
well, I think before you just half-heartedly shove an ad in somebody's business profile, I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they have an entire team that thought this all the way through, and we're just the dumb ones that don't see the vision. But I thought I was pretty smart to see the lawsuit. Like,
somebody's going to be smart enough to see that lawsuit. You know what I mean?
I just hope I'm on the... I don't want to be part of the class action. I want to be one of the first ones to divvy up.
Let me settle out of court.
Yeah. Hey, I'll do you a favor. I just settle out of court.
You give me $1 billion. You give me $1 Brazilian.
Brazilian dollars. Those are worth more.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll settle out of court.
To wrap this thing up, I feel like it is shady practice to be shoving. It would be like you walking into a place of business and they have someone at the door that hands you a business card for one of their competitors. Now, it's up to you whether you use that business card, but you at least have it. Like...
Well, I remember whenever I was trying to advertise on a budget for Fave Geek, and I got run off from the local mall.
Oh, I remember.
Putting business cards on cars.
So we were putting business cards on cars in the Office Depot parking lot.
That's a great example.
That is. It's basically the same thing.
It's basically the same thing.
But luckily, instead of getting sued, the manager just called and was like, would you not do that again?
Yeah.
And I was like,
That wasn't even our idea. That was somebody else's idea.
That's true. Speaking of other people's idea, I think that's a great place to end this.
Well, I don't think it's a great place to end it, but I think it's the smart place to end it.
So if you've enjoyed this episode, find us on Facebook, purpletieguys.com, on the web.
Yep, purpletieguys.com.
Pretty much Purple Tie Guys anywhere, like Facebook, Instagram, or the web.
Yeah, we've got a Twitter account. We don't ever use it.
I would say like and subscribe because this will end up on YouTube at some point.
Well, you can find us. You can find this podcast.
Absolutely.
You can find this podcast anywhere that fine podcasts are sold. They're not sold.
They're not sold. They're free. Here you are. You're still trying to make money.